The tactical turn-based strategy genre has remained mostly unchanged since getting its feet beneath itself. Most games tend to copy the XCOM formula and then try to change minor things like setting, more focus on character building, or struggling to keep one useless character alive for all the achievements. An upcoming game is looking to use this genre but take away one of the most critical aspects of combat and make you fight in a one-dimensional grid. But will there be enough space to let this game grow into a hit, or does this make the game just become too one-dimensional? Developed by Rocket Punch Games and published by Spiral Up Games, Anomaly Collapse is a turn-based tactical strategy game where players command a squad of fierce animal warriors as they investigate various oddities occurring around the city. Investigating these abnormalities grants your units with abnormalities, which are passive or active buffs to your party members. Once you build up enough of your investigation meter, you can take on the boss of the area, but it will take a collaboration of skills, positioning, and strategy in order to save Epsilon. One of the key aspects of Anomaly Collapse is how the combat system works. Utilizing a one-dimensional plane makes a unique challenge for the player, but still makes you rely on positioning your units correctly to get the most out of them. Action points are pooled together, so even if you don't have someone invading your personal space,
Hi, how are you?
there are options to pass on the action point to another squad member so that they can dish out more damage. Managing a one-dimensional grid seemed awkward at first, but it almost felt like there was more strategy involved as you were more limited in the space available. It was extremely satisfying to lock your enemies up against the wall as if you were playing a typical fighting game like Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat. The Anomaly power-ups were alright, and there were some cool synergies to use, like making the enemies wet and then hitting them with an ability that has lightning so it spreads between them. But I kind of hope to see more variants in the full release. The developers have shown a good sized roster and the demo showcased 4 of these units, with the police bear Stray being my favorite as he was great for area control and tanking. Every one of your potential allies suffer from some sort of amnesia, and when they level up they recall a new ability. You are given the opportunity to reroll if you didn't get what you wanted, and while I get the idea of this, I just personally didn't like how this was managed. I understand that the developer wouldn't want the player to just choose, as there are abilities that are objectively better than others, but that might be the reason why I didn't like the seemingly random upgrades. Like, why wouldn't I want the healing ability of Mira or the shield bash of Stray that also pushes the enemies? Glitch had a neat dash attack, but if you didn't use it on your first turn, then it basically ended up being a dead ability, as the range to use it was really limited thanks to the space you're given. I'll admit that when I first played Anomaly Collapse, I was a little apprehensive as everything just seemed very generic, but as I played more, my eyes began to open up to the vast possibilities that there are. I ended up enjoying my time with the demo, but I felt like that there could just been some different choices made and some more polishing done to help make this game really pop. Even having the UI showcase buffs and debuffs by hovering over it, or being able to look at the whole map without having to go into a view mode would have been just better, as I felt the view mode was just really clunky. I found it awkward to switch between the two, and I would inevitably forget I was in one mode when I wanted to be in the other. I feel like this is a game where I personally may be waiting a bit before grabbing it, but if you are interested, Anomaly Collapse will be releasing on April 11th. But that'll be it for this video. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and as always, be kind to one another.
Given the uncertain objectives of the hunters in Epsilon, the security department is required to continuously monitor the mercenaries' activities. Upon the successful evacuation of senior personnel, the neutralization plan must be promptly executed.
Thanks to my Patreon supporters, Relativity, Naughty Dog is King, and Kamikolo, alongside all those who have subbed to my channel. If you have any games you want me to take a look at, feel free to comment below or jump into my Discord where you're more than welcome to talk about whatever indie games you've been playing.